Hello friends, myself Pushpalata. Okay, I'm your science teacher, and today I will teach you the second lesson of standard 8, that is health and diseases. Okay, now let us see the definition of health, or in detail about health. Health is defined as a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being, okay, and not merely the absence of any disease. When people are healthy, they are more efficient at work. This increases productivity and brings economic prosperity. When we can say our health is good, or how can we maintain our health? The good health is maintained by a balanced diet or proper diet, personal hygiene and regular exercise. Now next is about the what is the disease. Okay, so condition of disturbances in physiological and psychological processes of body is called as disease. In this definition, two words are here, that is physiological and psychological. Okay, when the disturbances occurs in both the processes is called there is the condition of disease. Okay, so what is the meaning of physiological? Physiological, it is a branch of science in which the study of normal function of living organisms and their parts. Okay, and the psychological, that means in that the study of mental and emotional state of a person. So these are the two branches of science, the physiological and the psychological. We know that each disease has its own specific symptoms. Okay, and you must heard some name of the various diseases like Down syndromes, then common cold, asthma, diabetes, so heart disease, etc. So reasons and symptoms of all these diseases are different, and we have to study all these diseases. So let us see in detail about the diseases, that is the types of diseases. So according to duration and according to reasons, so these are the two group of these diseases. According to duration, there are again the two groups are there, that is chronic disease and acute disease. First, the chronic disease. What is the meaning of chronic disease? This diseases, the diseases which that persist over a long period of time, that is called as a chronic disease. For example, diabetes, cancer, asthma, etc. And second one is acute disease. The diseases which are for a short duration. Okay, this is called a acute disease. For example, cold, fever, influenza, etc. So here according to reasons, there are again the diseases are classified into two groups, that is hereditary diseases and acquired diseases. Okay, hereditary diseases, that means the diseases caused due to the heredity. Okay, through heredity, that is for example Down syndromes. So Down syndromes is a genetic disorder, okay, due to chromosome defect causing mental and physical abnormalities. So this is the Down syndrome. Then next one here given, the acquired diseases. Acquired diseases is again divided into two subgroups or groups, that is the infectious diseases and non-infectious diseases. In this lesson we have to study in detail about these two diseases, that is infectious disease and non-infectious diseases. So let us see the infectious diseases. What is the meaning of that infectious diseases? Diseases spread through contaminated air, water, food or vectors. For example, insects and other animals are called as infectious diseases. That means the diseases are transmitted through contaminated water, contaminated air, food or vectors. So these are called as infectious diseases. For example, TB, or you can say tuberculosis, dysentery and typhoid. Now on your page number 7 they are given a table of infectious diseases. Let us see that each disease in detail. That means in that table they are given the name of the disease, pathogen, mode of infection, that means how the diseases are spread, then what are the symptoms of the respective disease, then prevention and treatment for the diseases. First one is tuberculosis. Mycobacterium tuberculi. That means the tuberculosis spread by this pathogen, or tuberculosis caused by this pathogen, that is Mycobacterium tuberculi. And how the disease is spread? By spitting by patient, then through air, prolonged contact with sharing of materials of patient. Then what are the symptoms? That is chronic cough, that means long term cough is there. Then bloody spitting, emaciation, difficulty in breathing. Okay, what is the meaning of emaciation? Emaciation means what? Feeling very weakness. Okay, now what are the prevention and treatment for this disease? BCG vaccine, isolation of patient, then regular medication like DOT. So this is about all tuberculosis. Now next one is hepatitis. Hepatitis virus A, B, C, D, E. So these are the pathogen, okay, from which cause the hepatitis. Next one, mode of infection, contaminated water, sharing of needles, then blood transfusion. Then next one is, what are the symptoms of hepatitis? Anorexia, yellow urine, general weakness, nausea, vomiting, and grey stool. So these are the symptoms for hepatitis. Now what is the meaning of anorexia? An illness in which a person does not eat or eats too little. So this is the anorexia. Then what are the prevention and treatment for the hepatitis? Drinking boiled water, proper cleaning of hands. Okay, next one is dysentery. Then how the dysentery is caused? Okay, by the pathogen like bacteria, virus, then Shigella, bacilli, then Entamoeba histolytica. So these are the pathogen. Then contaminated food and water. This is the mode of infection of dysentery. Then watery stool, pains in abdomen. Okay, these are the symptoms of dysentery. Then what are the prevention and treatment for dysentery? Drinking of boiled water, proper storage of food, and ORS consumption. All of you know about the ORS, that is oral rehydration solution. Okay, next one is cholera. Cholera caused due to pathogen, that is Vibrio cholerae. Okay, this is the bacterium. Then contaminated food and water is the mode of infection. Then vomiting, severe diarrhea, cramps in legs. Okay, next one is following hygiene practices, avoiding open place food, drinking boiled water, vaccination against cholera. So these are the prevention and treatment. Okay, next one is typhoid. Typhoid is Salmonella typhi is the pathogen. Okay, then contaminated food and water is the mode of infection. What are the symptoms for typhoid? Anorexia, headache, rash on abdomen, dysentery, fever up to 104 degree Fahrenheit. Okay, so these are the symptoms. What are the prevention and treatment for typhoid? Drinking clean water, then vaccination, proper disposal of sewage. So these are all about the infectious diseases. Next one is, let us see some important diseases now present days. First one is dengue. Dengue, the dengue is spread by Aedes aegypti. This disease is caused by Den 1 2 virus belonging to the type flavivirus. So here dengue is the spread by the Aedes aegypti. This is the about dengue. we know that mosquitoes lays the eggs in waterlogged places, and thereby their population increases, and different species of mosquitoes spreads in a different spread the different diseases. So like that, the dengue is the spread by this mm, that species of mosquito, that is Aedes aegypti. Okay. Next one is, what are the symptoms of dengue? That is acute fever, headache, vomiting, then pains in a eye socket in very prominent symptom, diseases in platelets count, and that may lead to internal hemorrhage. And you can observe also here given some symptoms like skin rashes, okay, then bleeding from the mouth and nose, then pain behind eyes, muscles and pain joints, high fever. So these are the symptoms of dengue. Now next one is, we know the malaria. Okay, malaria is caused due to a female anopheles, while elephantiasis due to female culex. Okay, anopheles and Aedes grow in a clean water, while culex in a dirty and sewage waters. Here two types of species of mosquitoes, that is here given the female anopheles, while and that culex. Okay, the and due to that malaria occurred or caused due to a female anopheles, and one elephantiasis disease is occurred due to female culex. Okay, so these are about extra information about the malaria. Next one is swine flu. What are the reasons of swine flu? The infection for swine flu occurs through pigs and humans. Viruses of swine flu are spread through sweat of infected person. Similarly, it is spread through secretion of nose, throat and saliva. So here given the reason of swine flu, how the swine flu is occur or caused. Symptoms of swine flu: difficulty in breathing, sore throat, okay, and body pain. So this is all about the swine flu reasons and symptoms of swine flu. Next one is, how can we diagnose the swine flu? How can we diagnose the swine flu? For diagnosis of swine flu, liquid from throat of patient is sent in laboratory. Diagnostic facilities are available in Pune in National Institute of Virology, that is NIV. Okay. Next one is AIDS, that is acquired immunodeficiency syndromes. Okay. So this disease is caused by HIV, that is human immunodeficiency virus. In this disease, victims suffer from various diseases due to progressive weakening of natural immunity. Diagnosis of AIDS cannot be confirmed without test in medical laboratories. Okay, and for this AIDS, there is a there use one test for the diagnosis, proper diagnosis, that is ELISA. ELISA means what? ELISA, what is the long form of ELISA? ELISA, enzyme linked immunosorbent assay. Okay, which is detect HIV antibodies and antigens in the blood. So ELISA test is used for its proper diagnosis. Then symptoms of AIDS are person specific. Okay, here you can observe some symptoms, that is scratchy throat, then headache, red spots or sores, then dry cough, sore muscles, thickened nails, then diarrhea, nausea and vomiting, then joint pain. So these are the some general, we can say, symptoms for AIDS. Now HIV was first reported in an African species of monkey. According to the National AIDS Control Program, and UNAIDS 80 to 85% HIV infection is in India occur through unsafe sexual contact. Okay, AIDS, and always remember that AIDS does not occur due to touching to and sharing the food with HIV infected person or by nursing the HIV patient. Our behavior with HIV infected person must be a normal. So this is all about the AIDS. Now infections through animals. So here given first one disease, that is rabies. This is the viral disease. It occurs due to the bite of infected dog, rabbit, monkey, cat, etc. Virus enters the brain via neurons. Hydrophobia is one of the important symptoms of this disease. In this case, the victim shows extreme fear for water. What is the meaning of hydrophobia? That means fear for water. Rabies is a fatal disease. However, fatality can be prevented by timely vaccination before onset of symptoms. What is the meaning of fatality? That is death due to disease. Fatal disease means what? Death due to this disease, that is the fatality. Okay, then symptoms start to appear within 90 to 175 days of dog bite. Okay, so this is all about the rabies, then which is caused due to bite of dog, monkey, cat, etc. Then what are the symptoms of rabies? Fever for 2 to 12 weeks, then exaggeration in behavior, hydrophobia. Okay, so this is all about the symptoms of rabies. So here we finish the first part, that is infectious disease. Okay, in that we see some infectious diseases, that is dengue, swine flu, then AIDS, tuberculosis, then cholera. Okay, then dysentery, hepatitis, typhoid. Now write down your homework. The first homework is what? Write the symptoms of first one is tuberculosis, second swine flu, third dengue. And the next question is, what is disease? Draw the flowchart of types of diseases which is given on your page number 6 of textbook. Okay, thank you. Stay safe, stay home.